Welcome to 2K Sports. I'm your host, Ernie Johnson. Kenny the Jet Smith is here, and so is the Big Diesel, Shaquille O'Neal. Tonight, it'll be the Sacramento Kings up against the Raptors in Toronto. For Toronto, their goal tonight is to play with the same type of effort at both ends of the court. They can't afford to let up at the defensive end, and that's a message I'm sure has been communicated to them in the locker room. And head coach Dave Yeager, switching from the Grizzlies to the Kings going into last season, had a few good seasons in Memphis. What comes to mind when you think about Dave Yeager as a coach?
He's quiet, but he's hardworking.
It's a road game for the Kings, and they're facing an interconference matchup in today's game. We're in Toronto for some Raptors basketball. The home crowd is ready to go. The NBA on 2K Sports. Thanks for joining us this Sunday afternoon. With David Aldridge on our sideline, and here with me, Greg Anthony and Steve Smith, this is Kevin Harlan. And before we get going, let's hear from David Aldridge on the sideline. David?
Well, Kevin, one of the strengths of this Toronto Raptors team is its continuity. DeMar DeRozan said, it goes a long way. Everybody knows everybody's game. It's just second nature now. Sometimes chemistry can beat talent, and I think we have that chemistry, given they have seen a lot and grown a lot together.
That shared experience and corporate knowledge, so important, DA. Thank you. Smitty, will be seeing a pair of teams tonight who both prefer to slow the tempo and play in the half court.
Yeah, these are the team they want to execute, grind it out. Every possession counts. Not a lot of people like watching this type of basketball, but there's a lot of strategy. Memphis Grizzlies is one of those teams. They're going to grind it out and make sure you play at their tempo.
They minimize mistakes, and boy, you got to keep your focus, don't you?
Yes, you do.
It'll be the Raptors off the tip. Now Sacramento starting five. Inside, it's Zebo and Cauley Stein. Fox is out there with George Hill. And it's Hield in at the three, the small forward. Now here's Powell. Here's DeRozan. Randolph grabs the board. Here's Fox. Randolph a screen. Now here's Fox. Clock at 6. Shoots over DeRozan. That's good from Fox on the assist by Randolph. Fox has got his team on the board to start the game for the Kings. And the Raptors with possession. Outside Lowry. Here's Ibaka. Rejected by Randolph. And here is Hield. Some nice ball movement here by the Kings. Cauley Stein dishes to Fox. And he's good on the three ball. Fox has got 5.
And Fox must continue to work on that shot. When he's knocking it down from there, boy, the D is in trouble.
Now, here's Lowry. Here's DeRozan. That's in, coming off an assist from Lowry.
He's just one of those guys who just knows how to generate offense regardless of the situation.
And Fox gets it to go. He has 7.
Look, this is how you draw it up coming out of the locker room. 3 of 3 so far.
Now, Lowry. The dish now to Powell. Pass to DeRozan. Over Hield. And no good. Trying to use the glass.
Very dangerous to leave a guy like that open. Lucky break there for the D.
Hill against DeRozan. Hill passes to Fox. Here's the 3. The shot missing. So the Raptors will take it the other way.
And really, despite that miss, they've had a solid start offensively.
Powell kicks to Ibaka.
And Serge Ibaka, remember, it was a first-team all-defense selection.
but over time, I think he's become more of a scoring-minded player, and I think that's affected his impact defensively.
And Ibaka, a cornerstone player for 7 years in Oklahoma City, but they trade him away to Orlando and subsequently traded to Toronto.
You thought he'd have a bigger role in OKC under Billy Donovan, but it didn't happen. He wasn't content to just spot up and wait for the basketball. And they thought he might leave in free agency, so they looked to get value in return.
And he can't get the first one.
Oh, from the Republic of Congo, Serge Ibaka to Kembe Mutombo and Bismack Biyombo. A lot of big man talent.
Good on the second free throw.
They have a unique offense for Toronto. Very low assists and very low turnovers. Not the kind of system we see from teams like Golden State, but the Raptors make it work for them.
Randolph kicks to Fox. Hill against Lowry. It's back to Hill. Coley Stein, a screen. Hill dishes to Heel. No good with the triple. And the Raptors may not get a lot of assists, but they do get a ton of so-called screen assists. Steve, great picks, freeing their guards to do damage.
Yes, pick and roll basketball at its finest. The question is, do they need to diversify a little bit? If you depend on one action, it makes it easier for teams to game plan for you in the playoffs.
That one's in, his first bucket of the game. He's 1 for 2. Here's DeRozan. And we're just over 3.5 minutes into the first quarter. Screened by Valanciunas. Three-pointer, Lowry. Good. And it's DeRozan picking up the assist. Lowry's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. There's the pass to DeRozan. Releases. Shots good by Ibaka.
Exactly what you want from that play. Get it to Serge where he can simply rise and fire.
Inside, it's deflected. And that's out of bounds. Sacramento will retain possession.
Yeah, tremendous hustle just to get a hand on that one.
Reads the play, quick reaction, almost comes up with that steal.
Got a piece of it. DeRozan against Fox. That puts them in the lead.
Keeping the dribble, inviting contact. DeRozan's become a master at converting these.
Fox passes to Coley Stein. Fires the three. Fox, no good. Raptors with the lead. Coach is liking what he's seeing from his offense.
And guys, they put the defense on the defensive.
And when you think about a slasher, a guy who makes his living attacking off the dribble, no better example than DeMar DeRozan.
You know, Steve, DeRozan, a great ball handler for his size. He can isolate or work in the pick and roll.
Does a nice job of coming off screens and rolls, being able to create for his teammates, and also a big-time slasher that can put you on a poster.
For three, Hill buries it from three-point range. Hill's got his first 3 points of the game.
Long-range shooting, a big part of Hill's offensive game.
Lowry kicks to Ibaka. That falls. Nice feed that time from Kyle Lowry.
Oh, great ball movement there.
For Sacramento, they've gone 5 of 9 from the field here in the first. Fires the three. Fox, no good. Toronto's gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. Here's DeRozan, and he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him. It's going to go on De'Aaron Fox.
Well, with how great DeMar DeRozan is at scoring, you know he's going to get to the line a few times every game.
And really, DeMar DeRozan is a master at what he calls body hunting. That ability to just kind of draw fouls. I think he and James Harden actually are the guys that have really kind of set the tone for how to create those opportunities to get to the line.
Now here's Powell after the miss from Buddy Hield.
Well, this is where he's inconsistent, and that can slow down your team's momentum.
Powell with the steal. And Lowry gets it to go. Lowry's got 5.
and good passing, setting up a lot of these buckets right now, Kevin. That's been the key.
And DeMar DeRozan, always, Greg, among the league leaders in free throw attempts.
And when you look at him, 6'7", 220 pounds with tremendous athleticism, he has got all the tools. Beyond, though, that attack mentality, he's a savvy basketball player. Those little shot fakes, his footwork helped this guy live at the line.
No good from Valanciunas. The Kings trail by 6. Hield dishes to Hill. Back to Hield. The tray. Good. The assist goes to Hill. Hield's got his second bucket.
The vision from George Hill. Very careful with the ball. He makes the easy play.
And DeRozan kicks to Lowry. Lowry drawing the double team. Passes to Powell. On the wing, DeRozan. 4 on the clock. It's rebounded by Randolph.
Boy, he blew an easy layup, and he is furious with himself.
Offensive rebound. Hield. And the rejection by Ibaka.
Great defense by Serge, a tremendous athlete, blessed with insane length and leaping ability.
Kicks it to Powell. Feeds it to DeRozan. From down in the low post, it goes. He's got 10.
And he's starting to show that killer instinct this quarter, looking to extend the lead.
Puts up a 3. And it's Toronto with the rebound. Valanciunas has got his 4th rebound in this one. And finished off by DeRozan.
Look how comfortable he is today shooting the basketball. You can tell DeRozan is feeling it.
Here's Hield. The Raptors getting the bucket. Randolph passes to Hill. Back to Randolph. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot. Serge Ibaka picks one up there.
Well, they call it old school. That's what it is when you watch Zach Randolph play the game of basketball. He's got such great skill and touch around the basket. We call it the old man game. And I tell you what, he gets it done every night.
Catching up on the changes for Toronto. Nogueira's checked in for Jonas Valanciunas. C.J. Miles comes in for Serge Ibaka. Anunoby, he's checked in for Norman Powell. And it's DeLon Wright in for Kyle Lowry. You know, as you've said, Greg, all the time, Zach Randolph can roll out of bed and get you 20.
I mean, he's just a natural scorer. He can post up. He can face up. And he just stays with it. An excellent offensive rebounder. This guy just has that nuance to his game that's made him so effective.
Yeah, going to the floater right there. That was pretty.
The Kings trail by 7. Carter right side. Mason kicks to Carter. Randolph against Miles. Nice shot by Randolph.
When Randolph gets space near the basket, he's deadly.
Raptors leading by 5. And Wright kicks to Miles. Here's Anunoby. Quiet so far offensively, searching for his first points of the game. Wright sets a screen. Anunoby passes to Nogueira. Here's DeRozan. And there's the foul. It goes on C.J. Miles. That is his first foul of the game. Some changes for Sacramento. Labissiere comes in for Zach Randolph. And Garrett Temple subbed in for Bogdanovich. The Kings trail by 5. Here's Carter. And count it. And a chance for one more at the free throw line.
And just showing you his determination despite the size difference.
And he makes the little adjustment just as he goes to lay it in.
The Kings have been perfect at the line so far, albeit just 2 for 2.
And at the line last season, about 78% as a team. Pretty solid numbers. Carter, just a freak of nature. One of the best dunkers the game has ever seen. A top-tier shooting guard who just embraces the spotlight.
Here's Anunoby. Back to Wright. And it falls over the rim and in. And the Raptors lead by 4.
And they are attacking the rim and getting great results.
Carter kicks to Mason. Dishes it to Kufis. Over Nogueira. Here's Labissiere. Kufis the pass to Temple. Back to Kufis. He doesn't hit that one. Now Toronto takes it the other way.
They've been beating them to a lot of those loose balls and rebounds here to start.
They set the pick. Wright sets a screen. Anunoby passes to DeRozan. Wright outside. Offline with his three. The Kings trail by 4. And out of bounds as the Raptors gain possession.
I mean, clearly not on the same page right there. You hate to give away possessions.
1:33 left in the first. And there's the feed to Miles. Labissiere brings the double team. Nogueira kicks to Wright. So it's Toronto now. They lead by 4. Pass to Anunoby. Shot clock at 5. Fires the 3. Sacramento grabs the miss. Here's Carter. And finished off by Carter.
And that's what Carter does best. Knifing his way inside so he can finish with the easy slam.
That Unleash Chaos Under Armour replay really giving us a good look at the action. Now here's Wright, and that's out of bounds. Toronto will retain possession. .51 seconds left here in the opening quarter. He dishes it to Nogueira. Pass to Anunoby. The 19-foot shot. DeRozan gets the bucket. DeRozan's got 14.
See, this is how you dictate the flow of the game. He's been lit this quarter.
Mason with it. Six to shoot. He feeds it to Kufis. And good, as it just snugs right down through the net. 17 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Wright against Mason. Wright dishes to DeRozan. Over Temple. DeRozan's shot is off. And no good. And so it's DeMar DeRozan making highlights for the Toronto Raptors. He totaled 14 points in the quarter. He's given them all the offense they need right now. And we'll be back with you shortly. And Serge Ibaka, becoming known for his shooting ability now, he talked about the confidence his teammates and his coach instilled in him.
He trusts you. Every time he passes the ball, when you don't shoot, he's screaming you, shoot ball. Then next time what? You will shoot. And if you miss, you say, yeah, good shot. You know, and your coaches in the practice talking to your teammates. Man, when Serge is open, give him the ball. He will make that shot.
Well, if you wonder how much difference a coach can make for a player, there it is. Huh?
You heard it in Serge's voice, too. That confidence has already been planted in him. That voice telling him, shoot the ball, is now in his own head. He's going to be just fine.
Well, it's been a tight one so far as we get the second quarter going back here. And from what we've seen so far from the Raptors guys, your thoughts?
They're just not sitting back. They are going for steals, and their activity has been terrific.
You know, sometimes gambling gets you in trouble, but in that first quarter, it was just the opposite.
On the court for the Kings as the second quarter gets underway. Skal Labissiere out there with Garrett Temple. Then there's Jackson. Then there's Mason. And it's Giles in at the 5. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Sacramento needs to get off a shot. Mason misses.
And I love the way he uses his size there to make sure he gets that board. And well, last season for the Kings, they were in the hunt for a good stretch there early on, but kind of fell out of playoff contention and finally decided to pull the trigger and trade DeMarcus Cousins. It marked a major direction change that this team, I think, wanted to make.
And he can't get the first one. And the Cousins deal, Greg, has really been examined. But what is clear is that the Kings wanted to get younger and start rebuilding.
And you can argue if the trade was the right move or not, but management felt it was. The team's thinking was they wanted to change the atmosphere of the locker room, fully committed to bringing in youth and doing things from the ground up.
A wide open look here for Wright. Offline with his three. The Kings trail by 3. On the sideline, let's catch up with Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, it may not be the era of the center in the NBA, but Jonas Valanciunas has something to say about that. He said, I try to make sure they don't forget about centers. I'll keep reminding them. The league is full of guys that can do different things, but I still think you need a center that can rebound the ball and score in the low post. I agree. Kevin?
Well, the centers are still important, David. Good to see Valanciunas making his presence felt in the paint.
And like how aggressive Labissiere is on defense, using that wide frame to turn back shots.
Here's Fox. And he misses the go-ahead basket.
Yeah, another missed opportunity, and you can just see the frustration.
He wants to help his team, but when you're in position to finish, it's hard to turn that down.
Norman Powell's checked in for DeMar DeRozan. Now here's Wright. He kicks it to Miles. 5 on the clock for 3. And again, no good by Toronto.
He is really forcing things now. Doesn't have to do it because his teammates are picking up the slack.
Sacramento moving it around. There's the dish to Fox. Sinks the three-pointer. Fox has got 10.
I can't understand in the midst of a game you leave an elite shooter this wide open.
And Wright kicks to Miles. And there's the call on Garrett Temple. That's foul number 2 for him.
Another foul would give him 3 before the half. Something to keep an eye on, guys.
And some changes here for the Raptors. Serge Ibaka, he's checked in for Anunoby. And Kyle Lowry subbed in for Wright. And the Kings also making a change. George Hill's checked in for Fox. Now here's Powell. Quiet so far offensively, searching for his first points of the game. Shot, high post. No good on the shot, a bit long that time. For Sacramento, they've gone only 2 of 7 from the field since the second quarter got underway. The 3 from Hill doesn't go for him. Good work defensively by Lowry. Toronto trailing. Powell kicks to Ibaka. It's Nogueira top of the key. In the corner, Miles with it. Here's Ibaka. Down it goes, his 3rd basket. He's now 3 for 4.
If you let Serge get looks in there, he's going to shoot him for a very high percentage.
Hill against Lowry. Labissiere, the screen. Here's Temple. Down low. And Labissiere throws it down.
And the finishing ability of Labissiere, absolutely phenomenal at jamming it down.
Lowry passes to Ibaka. Back to Lowry. Ibaka with the screen on Hill. The drive by Lowry. Good work there as it goes. Lowry's got it all tied up now for the Raptors.
It is so hard to stay in front of a guy like Kyle Lowry because he is so quick laterally with the ball.
Here's Temple, defended by Miles. Temple gets the bucket. Temple's got his 2nd bucket of the game to go.
Soft interior defense. You know he's going to be aggressive.
In the corner, Powell with it. They get it back. Kings have gone 4 of 10 in the second quarter from the field. And Temple kicks to Hill. Labissiere, the screen, off the pick. And a big bounce off the rim, but it sinks right in. Now it's a 4-point Sacramento lead. And George Hill with an uptick in scoring in recent years. Smitty, do you like that mindset?
You know, I do, Kevin, especially for him. He's not a pure point guard as far as vision, but he's an efficient scorer. Putting up points is the best way for him to impact the game offensively.
Now, here is Hill. 5 points in the game. Here's Giles. Back to Labissiere. And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact. Serge Ibaka picks one up there. Smitty, you were very much the prototypical wing player during your career. When you look around the league, which current player reminds you, say, most of yourself and your style?
You know, I think a guy, he's getting a little bit older, but I think the most a similar guy for me was Joe Johnson. Some of the guys I love watching right now, I was definitely not that long, and a guy could create that much space is Giannis because he can handle the basketball. I'm looking forward to watching Ben Simmons. I like the 6'8", 6'9" guys that can handle the basketball, but I would say Joe Johnson, and he's still going.
And he makes the first. And a $30 million, 65,000 square foot practice facility for the Raptors opening back in 2016. Smitty, have you had a chance to check it out yet?
Yeah, I have not, but I've got a chance to see pictures. And as much as the players benefit, another key feature is the interactive operations room for management. A wall and conference table made up of giant touchscreens. Wow. Allowing them to pull up numbers and stats. It's like something out of a movie.
Lowry kicks to Ibaka. Now here's Paul. Defense right on him. And Labissiere sends it back.
And they continue to control the glass.
Hield with the bucket.
And just building on to the lead, extending it, trying their best to put this one away.
You sense the game has a number of ways it can go. All you can do is your very best at that moment.
Here's Paul. Following the basket by Buddy Hield. Ibaka outside. To end the run. Hill pulls it in. Kings leading now by 8. Here's the screen. Jumper off the screen. Labissiere, no good.
And that was an easy one there. Just a missed opportunity.
If you give it to him, he'll take that shot every time down the floor. I'm sure he's kicking himself.
Miles, that's good. Here's Bogdanovich. Quiet so far offensively, searching for his first points of the game. Now here's Hield, defended by Miles. Labissiere, the screen. Here's Hill. And he didn't get quite enough under that one. Raptors trail by 6. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
Bogdanovich against Lowry. Good D by Bogdanovich. And there's the pass to Labissiere. Hill kicks to Hield. Bogdanovich against Miles. Off the left rim and out. Toronto's got nothing but zeros from long range in the second quarter. 0 of 4. And here is Powell. Ibaka with the screen on Bogdanovich. Powell kicks to Ibaka. And a miss there on the triple.
A good job by him on the glass here tonight. +8 in that department.
Outside Bogdanovich. Cauley-Stein a screen. Hield dishes to Cauley-Stein. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here.
And one of the side effects of the Cousins trade was it did open up more playing time for Willie Cauley-Stein. I mean, immediately he was able to step in and fill those minutes and became a much larger part of their offense.
First free throw is good. Hey, Greg, when Cauley Stein got those extra minutes after the Cousins deal, you could see a change in his play. Much more aggressive, much more confident.
Yeah, you know, sometimes it just takes a clear path to minutes to change a player. Cauley Stein had been getting better and better before the trade. Having the team believe he could step in was a huge boost in his confidence and his play. And the Kings, for so long, had not been active in free agency. You have to like the moves this organization has made to bring in some vets in the offseason. Randolph and Hill bring a lot of experience and leadership to the locker room.
And here is Cauley Stein. Serge Ibaka making his last triple. Bogdanovich passes to Cauley Stein. Back to Bogdanovich from deep. And Cauley Stein throws it down.
And putting in the work on the boards, and it's paying off with chances like that.
And, G.A., he does put in the work. You're right. It's why he's on the finishing end of one putback slam after another.
He just never gives up on any play, any shot. He's always battling in the paint. He's one of the best at that position.
Ibaka, and he makes the bucket through contact and gets the whistle, too. And, Greg, the Kings wanted to have veteran leaders, and that's what they've got right now.
And the Kings are in a rebuild mode, and you need vets to lead that process. Show the youngsters the right way to do things, and I think the Kings have started to make some very savvy moves here as they begin this rebuild.
DeMar DeRozan, he's checked in for Toronto. Now here's Hield. He has 7.
You know what, I'll tell you, he's got nothing here in the second quarter after just one made shot in the first.
Up top, Valanciunas, defended by Koufos, and DeRozan. Here we go. It's tipped. And now Sacramento on the break. And Bogdanovich kicks to Cauley Stein. A 3-ball. DeMar DeRozan grabs the board. Raptors trail by 4. And stolen by Bogdanovich. It's 3-on-3 on the fast break. Releases. Sacramento gets it back in a new 24. Pass to Koufos. Kicks it to Hield. Again, Hield missing.
Well, this whole period for him has been challenging. You can tell he's starting to press.
It's stolen by Hield. And now the Kings fast break. And here we go. Sacramento moving it around. Koufos dishes to Mason. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up. It's on Jonas Valanciunas. For Sacramento, they have made 6 of their 7 attempts at the line in this one. And that one falls for Mason. And the league has taken some measure to keep the pace of the game going, which I think is good. Getting players to the court more quickly after timeouts. Just carving some seconds. Sometimes they add up over the course of a game to make it seem faster, to keep the rhythm of the game. You like that direction, Steve?
I love that direction, especially for the fan to get a chance to watch it. I love all the little, like you said, nuances to keep this game moving. I would love to see, even when a coach calls a timeout, if he doesn't want to take the time, that they can continue to keep playing. If both coaches agree, just to have a timeout, because sometimes you just want to have a break. You might want to turn it over. You call a timeout, you don't have to have it strategized. Just keep playing.
Here is Mason. Carter for 3. And it's Toronto with the rebound. Ibaka's got his 5th rebound right now in the game. DeRozan passes to Wright. Ibaka sets the pick for Wright. Stolen by Carter. And here we go. Carter heading to the hoop. And then Carter with the jam.
Whoa, quick hands on the steal, and then just mad hops on the slam.
Great sequence for them, defensively and offensively.
Terrific defensive instincts to come away with that one, and he showed no hesitation in how he completed that transition opportunity.
So it's Toronto now. Sacramento making their last shot.
The versatility of DeMar DeRozan can finish with power or finesse in the painted area.
It's 9 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Now Fox, 10 points for him. Goes up from the top of the key, and he comes up with the deuce. Fox has got 5 points now in the quarter.
You know what? Sometimes something good can come out of a bad possession.
In the corner, Ibaka with it. Off target with his three. Three-pointer. He got it up that time, but it wouldn't fall for him. And so it's Sacramento bringing the quarter to a close with a 7-point lead. And they've done a phenomenal job down low. So many of their points coming right at the rim. It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thank you, Kevin. Coach, a strong first half. What did you see that was working out there?
Well, we played a little longer into the clock offensively, so there's going to be less possessions that way. Did a good job of getting back because of that. Our core balance at the end of offense was better and tried to put bodies in front.
Coach, thanks for your time. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David. And we'll be back for the third quarter of action following halftime.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime
Welcome
Show.
back, folks. Ernie Johnson here alongside Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. A pretty close game for the Kings throughout the first quarter. Some good moments from both teams, but as the first period wrapped up, they trailed by 2. They gathered some serious momentum in the second quarter, and as well as they played, it's a little bit of a surprise that their lead isn't more than 7 points here at the half. Shaq, how did you think the Kings were playing?
Well, they've been playing with some toughness. And it's led to a nice lead for them, not just on the scoreboard, but in the rebounding numbers. And now they need to stay mean, Ernie. Cannot lose that edge in the second half.
Looking at Toronto, Kenny, your thoughts?
It looked like they were shooting threes blindfolded. Sometimes you could get cold, but that was atrocious. It was scary. But they also looked scattered out there, and I think that disorganization was the main issue for them missing those shots. They need to establish themselves better into a better rhythm in the second half and avoid relying so heavily on the three-point shot.
And that's all we can do for now. As the second half begins, we get you back to Kevin Harlan.
We return now to Toronto with a fantastic look at sunset at the downtown skyline of Toronto, Ontario. Wow, what a great view. Now the second half about to start up and begin any moment. So it's Sacramento. 7-point differential. Ibaka is the 4 and Valanciunas in the middle. The talented Lowry and DeRozan pair in the backcourt. And it's Powell in at the small forward. They're the group for Dwayne Casey starting the second half. Hill, no good. Raptors shooting not great, 40% for the game. And DeRozan kicks to Powell. The rebound by Hill. Sacramento leading by 7. Here's Fox. Here's Cauley Stein. That shot, no good. Ibaka with some nice D.
And they start the second half with 3 straight misses.
And they double up DeRozan. Stolen by Randolph. And the Kings pushing it up now. And then Hill with the dunk.
An agile play to get his hand in there and get the steal. Intelligent play to immediately start the break.
And we've got an update here, so let's check in with David Aldridge reporting from the sideline.
So guys, Raptors coach Dwayne Casey talked about the chemistry on his team. He said, we couldn't be better. There's no ego, no hidden agendas. Guys understand their roles. Kyle Lowry told me, we're a complete team, 15 deep, and we really mean that. You never know whose time it's going to be. Kevin?
DA depth is a crucial part of any team's success. Knowing you can rely on your teammates to step up is huge. DeRozan against Fox. And DeRozan. Here we go. And Buddy Hield, the centerpiece of the DeMarcus Cousins trade. Talk about what makes him, Greg, so intriguing.
Well, the Wooden Award winner in his senior season, he led Oklahoma to the Final Four. And how about leading the nation in three-pointers made? I think that can translate to the NBA level and could make him a difference maker.
The first one falls.
Love how DeRozan has grown as a player, as a leader of this team. And he's done a great job learning how to get to the line more frequently.
just solid. Really one of the very best there is at the free throw line.
Randolph, a screen on Ibaka. Hill dishes to Fox. Good. The assist goes to Hill. And that's 15 points for De'Aaron Fox.
Really in a good position thanks to the accuracy from beyond.
On the wing, DeRozan. Feeds it to Valanciunas. Back to DeRozan. Shoots over Fox. And again, no good by Toronto.
And a big lead for them on both the scoreboard and the backboard thus far.
Raptors trail by 13. Here's DeRozan. Some solid defense from Randolph.
That was against good defense. He tried to sneak it in, though. We've seen him do it plenty of times.
It's fine to extend your defense to try and create turnovers, but guys have to help each other.
That's been a problem for them all game. Teamwork is something you just can't turn on and off.
Screen by Ibaka. DeRozan against Fox. And again, Toronto no up.
And tonight, he just hasn't been efficient offensively. That's a big reason why they're behind.
It's stolen by Ibaka. Powell inside. Covered by Hill. Out to DeRozan. Another miss by DeRozan.
Obviously, this has been a tough quarter for him, but he's still trying to keep a positive mindset.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
The shot by Powell, no good.
You want to talk about ugly? This team is losing, partly because he hasn't drained a shot all night.
Ibaka with the screen on Hill. Lowry takes the three. Count that one, and the Kings' lead has been cut down to just 12 points on the bucket from Ibaka.
This is where Serge is most dangerous. Extremely confident now from beyond the arc.
Throws it down as the official calls the foul. It may be a three-point play. Serge Ibaka picks one up there.
That's as forceful a finish as you're ever going to see out of this guy.
Well, gee, it adds now to their lead in spectacular fashion.
That's about as violent as a rim rocker as it gets. A real confidence builder.
Nogueira, he's checked in for Jonas Valanciunas. Giles checked in for the Kings.
Yeah, you know George Hill, he signed with the Kings this summer. A great veteran mentor for this young team. And he still has a lot of game left.
Here's DeRozan. And it's Sacramento with the rebound.
You know, not sure if it's him or the defense, but just something's off tonight.
Especially in this quarter. He's had a few shots that looked like they would fall, but things haven't gone his way.
And Steve, you talk about what Hill brings to the table. Great defender. He can score inside and outside.
You're totally right. I think he's a veteran that has great leadership and value on this team. He's played for legendary coaches. He has a ton of playoff experience and a great locker room guy. He'll help them take that next step.
C.J. Miles, he's checked in for the Raptors. And the Kings also making a change. Jackson's checked in. Raptors trail by 14. So timeout called here, the first for Toronto. Without question, De'Aaron Fox displaying his skills today.
Yeah, they're going to have to talk about this. They got to find a way to get the ball out of his hands.
And you look at the Raptors, one of the top teams in the East, Greg, but do they have a chance to go all the way?
I think they're a threat to make the finals. Can they win it all? They may be a piece or two away, but still a young and aggressive core. They continue to try to add pieces, and this is a group that has proven they want to win and win now.
Stolen by Jackson. Drops in the breakaway layup. Jackson's got his first 2 points of the night.
And I think that play sort of sums up what we've seen tonight. Just simply being outplayed both sides of the ball. Smart basketball defensively, turning into easy points.
Powell with it. No scoring yet from him, but that's likely to change. And Buddy Hield is going to pick up a foul. That's his first foul. Jackson against DeRozan. Dishes to Powell. beyond the arc.
To me, there's a fine line between being aggressive and just flat out forcing it. His inability to make shots right now is sinking the ship.
It's stolen by DeRozan. And it's in there. DeRozan's got 21 in the game.
DeMar DeRozan is so good when he has space to get out and get his legs moving on a break.
They kick out to Hield. Jackson in the corner. Sacramento moving it around. The wide open look here for Fox. Off target from three-point range.
And I thought that was going to drop. It looked good from here.
Bogdanovich is checked in for Sacramento. Raptors trail by 14. And DeRozan kicks to Nogueira. And there's the feed to Lowry. Teardrop shot. Powell for three. That falls. Nice feed that time from Kyle Lowry. Lowry's got assist number 5 here tonight. Nogueira with the steal. Outside Lowry. And Lowry gets double teamed. Here's Nogueira. He gets it to fall. That makes it just a single-digit lead.
You know, he attracts a lot of defensive attention, and that enables Lowry to create open looks for his teammates.
Right wing. Here's Fox. And nothing is falling for him right now. Powell for three. No good that time. And it's the Kings taking it the other way.
I'll tell you, he just hasn't been able to get it done on the offensive end. It's kind of dragged down the team.
Jackson passes to Fox. Cauley Stein with a screen on Lowry. Fox. Here's Giles. Outside for Jackson. Just 5 to shoot. Feeds away. It's hauled in by the Raptors. To the paint. And DeRozan throws it down.
When DeRozan gets to the rim like that, you know how it's going to end.
Now, here's Fox. 15 points in the game. No good off the front iron.
And this is one of those times where the coach has got to preach, be unselfish.
And we don't know that he hasn't. Maybe it's been falling on deaf ears. Guys taking ill-advised jump shots.
Cauley Stein with a screen on DeRozan. Shot off the screen. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there. Every NBA player, Steve, believes in themselves, but some take it to the extreme. When they're on, they're on. And when they're off and cold, they just kind of lose interest, it seems. Which players do you think have this irrational confidence, if you want to call it that?
I think J.R. Smith, every shot, any shot, anywhere he feels it's going in, and he will still take shots. He has amnesia. He could be 0 for 10 and keep shooting the basketball. Jamal Crawford is another guy. Those guys, they keep firing. Damian Lillard, they will keep shooting because they feel the next shot is going in.
Here's what Toronto's going with right now. Anunoby, he's checked in for Powell. And it's DeLon right in for Kyle Lowry. Here's Fox. Puts it up. No good on the shot. A bit long that time. DeRozan with it. Now guarded by Fox. And DeRozan kicks to Miles. They grab their own miss. And stolen by Bogdanovich. And up the court come the Kings on the break. The shot by Cauley Stein. No good. Raptors trail by 7. DeRozan passes to Anunoby. Here's Wright. Nogueira dishes to Miles. Pass to Wright. Here's Anunoby, defended by Carter. Another shot. Nogueira tipped back in for 2.
And now you see them starting to really work the ball inside.
Cauley Stein, a screen. Fox kicks to Cauley Stein. And stolen by Cauley Stein. Here's Bogdanovich. Off target from outside. Toronto with the ball. They're on a 16-6 run. Fox with the steal. Bogdanovich passes to Kufis. Back to Bogdanovich. And out of bounds as the Raptors gain possession.
As his man just misses with the pass. Not sure what happened on that play.
Garrett Temple has checked in for Bogdanovich. Raptors trail by 5. And Miles kicks to right. Left side, DeRozan. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there. And you look at this Kings roster, and Greg, you can see the youth movement is in full effect.
Yeah, and Buddy Hield headlines the group as he comes over in that Cousins trade. Skal Labissiere and Willie Cauley-Stein, also a big part of this team's future. And then getting Fox as a rookie to kind of run the ship, another great building block.
And the Kings making a change here. Mason's checked in. Here's Temple. Count it. Temple's got 6 points. Toronto's gone 2 of 5 with a 3-point shot since coming out of the break. Right against Mason. Raptors moving the ball around. Right down low. Nogueira. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact and he'll shoot 2. And Nogueira, the 7-footer out of Brazil, very long, Steve, and athletic.
He is a leaper. That makes him a threat around the rim on both ends. But on the defensive end, he has to learn not to bite on those pump fakes.
And the free throw drops for Nogueira.
This is as good as it gets from the charity stripe here in the second.
Sacramento making a switch here. Randolph is checked in. Kings leading now by 3. And here is Mason. He dishes it to Kufis. Nogueira with the steal. Here's Anunoby. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. It's his first trip to the line. No good on the free throw. And the second free throw, good.
And one of the problems in the first half, that shoddy work at the free throw line. They needed to fix that, and they've been much improved since the break.
Fast break, Toronto. Here's Wright. It's good. This game is all even. He has 6.
And the road back into this game wasn't a short one, but they've managed to make it all the way back and tie this thing up.
This team, they trust each other. Even down big, they have the ability to come back, and they have so far.
Here's Mason to the paint. Kufis dishes to Randolph. Here's Mason. They grab their own miss, and then Randolph slams it in.
Zach Randolph is just relentless on the glass. One of the best offensive rebounders we have in the game.
And it's the Raptors' ball. They're on a 20-6 run. And Wright kicks to Nogueira. Pass to Anunoby. He feeds it to Wright. Wright sets a screen. Here's Miles. And it's good off the back of the rim and in.
And the jump shot has been a dimension of this game where they've had a clear advantage.
Baseline jumper. And slam dunk by Randolph.
And Randolph may be in the later stages of his career, but he can still every now and then rise up and dunk it.
And Wright kicks to Miles. Now the pass to Anunoby. Miles with his screen on Carter. Passes it to Anunoby. Nogueira kicks to DeRozan. Just 4 to shoot. Raptors need to get a shot. Wright for 3. Kufis grabs the miss. Kufis has got 3 rebounds now in this one. Here's Temple. He has 6. Right side, Randolph. No good on the shot. Right. The shot misses. 3 quarters of play in a close game here. It's Sacramento leading by just 2. We'll be back shortly live from the Air Canada Centre in downtown Toronto. Now let's take a listen on head coach Dwayne Casey.
But man, we got to get down and get engaged at the other end. All right, be precise, send the ball to the screen, come across the screen, focus on the defensive end. Let's go.
There you hear Dwayne Casey asking for more precision on offense and more attention to detail on defense.
Yeah, carry out your assignments on both ends. Do the little things that ultimately make a big difference in the outcome of a game.
Welcome back as we get rolling once more. The fourth quarter right ahead in what's been a very well-contested game. On the court for Sacramento, they've got Garrett Temple. Buddy Hield is out there with Zach Randolph. Then there's Kufis, and it's Hill in at the 1 spot.
And really, after trailing the entire game, they've got to be feeling good about evening things up.
Definitely. But this is the time when you want the momentum. Late is when you want to impose your will. I mean, the mid-range jump shot, a lot of guys have a hard time knocking it down.
To take the lead, and DeMar DeRozan the bucket on the assist by Wright. 31 points for DeMar DeRozan.
And they've worked the ball around so well tonight for those quality looks from mid-range.
Randolph a screen. Now the dish to Hield. Traps in the tray. And the Kings lead by 1.
And that evened things out. He had a 3 early in the first half, now gets 1 in the second.
And Toronto has possession. Screen by Valanciunas. Kicks it to Miles. Back to Wright. In the corner, Ibaka with it. And they come right back with their own three-pointer.
Oh, okay, it's on. Trading blows here from distance.
You know what? Both sides are in rhythm. The defense out there having no effect.
They set the pick. Outside Hill. He kicks to Temple. To the right side. It's back to Hill. Takes a 3. Valanciunas grabs the board. Valanciunas has got rebound number 13 for him here tonight. Up top right, he's guarded by Hill. And oh, here we go. Hill, nobody back. Oh,
yes. The quickness of Hill changing ends in the blink of an eye.
Just a little under 2.5 minutes have passed now here in the fourth. Hill against Wright. Feeds to Miles. Over Hield. Not enough on that one as it misses.
And they haven't been able to turn it into a big lead, but their rebounding advantage is starting to add up.
And, there's a whistle. He was going up for a layup, and while it looked like there was some contact, I wasn't sure they were going to call a foul shot or not, but sure enough they have. So he'll head to the free throw line. And the Kings struggled last season, Greg. They did so because they just couldn't get stops in the defensive end.
And defense, something that this team will struggle with at times. A lot of it is they don't protect the rim or close out, particularly on that three-point shot. And so much of defense just boils down to challenging shooters whenever you can. It's about giving more effort on that side of the ball.
Free throw drops for Hill.
George Hill, you know, he's one of the more versatile guards we have in the game. He can defend ones or twos, one of those players who can fit in on any team in the league.
Powell, he's checked in for the Raptors. Kyle Lowry comes in for DeLon Wright, and then for Sacramento. Giles comes in for Kufis, and it's Jackson in for Garrett Temple. Lowry passes to Valanciunas. Takes the 13-footer. Nice spin off the left rim and in. And that's now 9 points for Kyle Lowry.
Look at the big man Valanciunas showing off the playmaking skills.
They kick out to Hield. Pick up by Hill. There's Jackson with the 3. Nice D from DeRozan. Toronto, they've gone an outstanding 4 of 5 from the field in the fourth quarter so far. Powell dishes to DeRozan. Left side, Ibaka. Launches a 3. Rebound by the Kings. Giles has got his 3rd rebound tonight. Back to Jackson. Picked by Randolph. Here's the lob to Randolph, and it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by Jackson.
That is just a careless turnover. You've got to be smarter in those exchanges.
And some changes here for the Kings. Cauley Stein, he's checked in for Giles, and it's Fox in for Jackson. Now Lowry. DeRozan with a screen for Ibaka. Lowry against Fox. It's Ibaka. That time on the assist by Lowry. Ibaka's got 5 points in the quarter.
Having a tremendous game here. Ibaka's been on fire, and the defense has failed to adjust.
The Raptors have gone 5 of 7 from the field since the beginning of the fourth. Strong work at that end of the floor. Powell for 3. Hill pulls it in. Hill's got his 5th rebound right now in the game. Cauley Stein with a screen on DeRozan. Dishes to Heel. Sinks the three-pointer. And now a 3-point Kings lead. And the action on hold as it appears there's been an injury. Yep, he's definitely in a bad way out there right now. Tough to see.
And I feel like we see this all too often. Injuries, they play such a big part of the game.
Well, the explosive moments, the quick change of direction, a lot of stress put on the body.
And Toronto making a change here. Miles is checked in. Good. And it's DeRozan picking up the assists. DeRozan's got 3 assists now in this one. Sacramento's gotten off 4 3-pointers in the final quarter, and 2 of them have fallen. Randolph, a screen on Miles. Hield kicks to Randolph. Here's Fox. Another 3 for Sacramento.
Yeah, that's too good a look to give them from behind the arc.
Raptors trail by 4. Now the feed to Valanciunas. Ibaka against Randolph. And the wide open shot from Miles. And right away, they match it with a 3-pointer of their own.
And that's from beyond, guys, right back at you.
This is looking more like an all-star game right now. Everyone launching from range.
Fox tried to come right back with a 3 of his own, but it's no good. It's stolen by Hield. And so he draws the foul on the shot, a trip to the line to shoot 2.
And how about the way Fox continues to improve his game? A capable scorer who also rebounds the ball well for his size, and still, though, he can improve on that perimeter jump shot.
Shooting 2.
Free throw good, Fox. Greg, you ask a lot of GMs. De'Aaron Fox, probably the fastest player in this year's rookie class.
And he plays at 1 speed. That's lightning. I mean, he's got speed to burn. And maybe not quite as fast as, say, John Wall, but he isn't far behind. He uses that quickness well also in terms of just busting seams on the offense. And at the other end, he can be an outstanding defender as he was at Kentucky.
Dwayne Casey, he's in his 7th season as a head coach of the Raptors. He's developed a great continuity and a comfort level with his players.
A shot by Lowry, no good.
And they had some botched coverage that turned into no coverage.
Fox, no good. Raptors trail by 3. Lowry kicks to Ibaka. And here's Miles outside. He misses it. He's 4 for 7 from the floor. And there's the foul. It goes on Serge Ibaka. And That's it for him. He's fouled out of the game. And Toronto making a change here. Nogueira's checked in. Kings leading now by 3. Healed with it. To the right side. And here's Hill for 3. Count it. Number 5 for the floor this game. He's now 5 of 11. And Casey is very collaborative with his staff and players.
You know why, Kevin? He has no ego with him. It's always a two-way conversation with his players. It's about getting it right no matter whose idea it is.
And it's out of bounds. The Raptors will take it the other way.
I mean, clearly not on the same page right there. You hate to give away possessions.
Raptors trail by 6. Outside Lowry. Got a piece of it. Valanciunas with a screen on Fox. Shot clock at 5. And the dunk by Valanciunas.
Beautiful screen right there from Valanciunas. He is not an easy guy to get around.
Now, here's Fox. Stein with the screen for Fox. Pass to Hill. Randolph, a screen on DeRozan. A pass to Fox. Offensive rebound. And the second chance effort by Randolph.
Efficiency has been the hallmark right now down the stretch. He is making the most of his opportunities.
Toronto, they've gone 8 of 14 from the floor here in the fourth quarter. Nogueira with it, working on Cauley Stein. And it's Nogueira missing. Sacramento leading by 6. And it's time for an injury report. We've got a chance now to check up on Norman Powell's status. David?
Thanks, Kevin. Well, I got some news from Toronto's head athletic trainer. After taking a look, he informed me that it doesn't look too bad. Coming back tonight is not an option for him, and they're hoping he won't have to miss too much time. Back to you, Kevin.
Thanks for checking in, DA. Injuries are always tough to deal with, but they're just a fact of life in the NBA.
And he'll have a lot of support as he goes through the recovery process. They want him back as soon as possible.
And we know how much better they'll be as a team when he's out of those street clothes and back in uniform.
The pass to Hill. Puts up a 3. Good. The assist goes to Hill. Hill's got his 7th assist in the game.
Talking about heating up. At halftime, he had just one made from beyond the arc, but he's drained 3 more since.
And the basket is good. Got it to go through on the contact, so a free throw coming up. A great opportunity for a three-point play. Some changes for Toronto. Pascal Siakam comes in for Nogueira. And it's DeLon Wright in for C.J. Miles.
For a player his size, Valanciunas has always been a good free throw shooter. We won't see a hack of Val anytime soon.
And here is Hill. He dishes it to Hill. Randolph a screen to the left side wing. Just 5 on the clock. DeRozan against Hill. Rebounded by Valanciunas.
And they get the rebound, but guys, that's been the issue throughout the game.
DeRozan passes to Lowry. Fades back. Yes, it is. Or that is a bucket. Number 5 on a 5 for 11 night.
Well, if there was a big bucket made in this game, you knew it would come from Lowry.
Randolph a screen to the inside. And the rejection by Valanciunas. Three-pointer right. It's hauled in by the Kings. Hield's got his 5th rebound right now in the game. Picked by Randolph. Passes it to Hill. The 3. Again missing Hill. Toronto trailing. In the corner, right with it. Floats one up. And the rejection by Cauley Stein. Here's Randolph. And no good that time. Now Toronto takes it the other way. Right dishes to Lowry. Toronto gets it back in a new 24. They now take the lead. And that's now 7 points for Valanciunas.
Huge bucket there from the big Lithuanian. Valanciunas is stepping up.
Cauley Stein with a screen on DeRozan. Hill drives in.
That's a big-time basket right there. Hill coming through for his team.
We've got 1:18 left here in the fourth quarter. Here's DeRozan. And Wright kicks to Siakam. Screen by Valanciunas. Siakam passes to Lowry. Knocks down the three.
Well, that is NBA level right there.
It's the way the game is supposed to be played. Guys competing at the highest level.
So it's Sacramento. Fox kicks to Hield. A three. That's good from Fox on the assist by Hield.
And boy, you want to talk about taking the wind out of a crowd's sails there. A three to take the lead just moments after they've given it up.
And the Raptors call time here. They're trailing by 1. There's 49 seconds left to play here in the fourth. Get the chance to present our Jordan Player of the Game, George Hill.
And the way he's made his mark with his work inside, he's just been a slasher tonight. Always moving, getting to the basket at will, and just seemingly taking advantage of a D that was reluctant to get in his way.
Checked in for Toronto. C.J. Miles comes in for Wright. Okay, well, let's go down to David Aldridge for a report from the sideline.
Thanks, guys. I got a chance to hear Dwayne Casey talk to his team. He said, this is what we play for, fellas. Let's knock them on their heels right out of the timeout. Show them how much you want it. Go get it. He really is fired up about this game.
Okay, David, thanks.
Loaded up with a lot of confidence. DeMar DeRozan can be a big-time performer.
We've got 33 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. Randolph, a screen on Lowry. Hill dishes to Randolph. Guys, they're not going to be in any rush on this possession.
Not with the lead. Now's the time to burn some clock.
And the call will be against George Hill. That is his first foul of the game. Seconds left to play in the final quarter. Miles the pass to Lowry. Just 5 on the clock. Buries it.
DeRozan simply rising to the occasion with that make. Huge shot.
Timeout called by the Kings. They trail by 3. 7 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Guys, what do you think?
And right now, you can go for the 2 and then a quick foul or go for the home run.
Let me tell you my vote. Whatever's the best look and takes the least amount of time.
Seven seconds left to play here in the fourth. And here's Hill for 3. And so the big win by Toronto in a tight game. What a show they put out here at home tonight.
I mean, these are those games that feel so great to win, and really, it's like a knife in the gut to lose. You gotta love being on edge of your seat and just wondering what's gonna happen. How is this thing gonna play out?
And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thanks, Kevin. Jonas, you have a lot on you in terms of patrolling the paint. How do you think you're doing?
I feel good. You know, there is a better game, there is a worse game, but, you know, I'm bringing energy every game. I'm fighting, and my job is take rebounds, set of screens. I'm doing that job.
It's grunt work, but you're good at it. Thanks. Back to you, Kevin.
David, thank you as always. Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. For Steve Smith, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan thanking you for being with us. We'll see you later.